Hi, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm the host of the Best of Us Investors show YouTube channel. I'm a retired financial advisor. I sold my practice back in 2005, and I created this channel, really kind of moved into investing to share my knowledge with you all, November of 2019. And I've built an audience of about 55,000. I hope to take that over 100,000, maybe someday even a million, because I think I have some information that is worth listening to. I have three goals for my show, and that is one, to help you make good investment decisions based upon my knowledge, based upon my reading of the market, and sharing it with you. Second, what I have learned in my financial life, it isn't so much how much you make as it is how much you get to keep. And our tax laws reward those people who are knowledgeable of the tax laws and use them to our advantage. And then an objective to me is to improve the social economic stature of the Grinkmeyer family, the people who follow me. So I work on creating wealth. With that in mind, I've created a plan. If you watch my yesterday's video, you're going to see that I am intending to build a return on investment in 2021 of 30%. That compares in 2019, it was 30%. In 2020, it was 40%. Based on what's happening right now, I'm looking at my portfolio behind the camera right now. I'm up 6.8% today. And that's a reaction to the disturbance, I guess you would say, in the election, that it's not clear who's going to win, whether it will be President Trump or it will be Vice President Joe Biden who comes away with a victory. To me, I really don't care. I look at what's going to happen there and say they are the referees of the game. They establish the rules. They throw the flags. They bring you up before Congress. They're the referees. I'm the coach. And I have a team of players. Right now, my players are Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Square, and Tesla. And then I have some substitutes that I can bring in periodically to boost the team. I call them. That's Uber, American Express, Disney, Equity Life Properties, Delta, and maybe even Royal Caribbean. Those are the kind of things where I see opportunities that I'm going to boost my portfolio. So I look at what's going on and say, okay, there's going to be what's going to determine the flow of the game. And this would be, if I was a football team, it would be the weather, it'd be the crowd, it'd be all the extenuating circumstances that are going to affect the game. And in this game, and I'm going to compare it to the Hunger Games, where it just rivets in my mind. Let the games begin. And the extenuating circumstances are going to be the COVID virus. As we're going into a spike for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're going to see hospitals fill back up. We're seeing Europe already locking down, and we're seeing probably in the United States, particularly over the next 76 days, it's going to be up to the states to decide what level of lockdown happens in the United States. So those are the extenuating circumstances that are going to affect how I play the game. Then there is the stimulus. Particularly for the next 76 days. Is there going to be a stimulus or isn't there? How are the state pension plans going to deal with the lack of revenue that they're having, and they're going to have to pay out their pensions? Again, that is a stimulus consideration for Congress and whoever the president is. How are we going to treat the consumer? How are we going to treat the 6 million potential evictions from rental property, and foreclosures from real estate property. How are we going to deal with the financial failures of businesses? So we're talking about the stimulus games. I created a graph, a chart. And in that chart, I want you to take a look at it. What I basically did, and I entitled it, Let the Games Begin Again, because this is going to be a repeat of a game we just played. We came to the market sometime around the 20th of, March, and the S&P crashed 1,156 points in 30 days. Yeah, that was, and I equate that to in the Hunger Games as the contestants stood on their pedestals and the countdown clock came and they ran for the weapons at the center, and as some of them got weapons, the others just were killing the other contestants. And so they were basically saying, based on the situation that I find myself, if I am going to survive, I have to kill all the other players. Well, that didn't happen in this game. It would have if this pandemic had occurred and the government didn't step in with $3 trillion, which is approaching now $7 trillion. There would have been tremendous death. There would have been tremendous sacrifice of companies, of people, of livelihoods. But the government came in and saved the games and basically breathed life into those who would have perished. The airlines, the cruise ships, McDonald's, all the oil companies. We breathed life in them by pumping money into the economy, and we saw a turnaround. And in other words, from basically the next 210 days, from the bottom, we went up 1,343 points in 210 days on the S&P 500. So that was a surge and a recovery from a bad situation that was totally funded by the government. So now we come and we saw a slight dip and then a recovery, and then another dip, and then now we're in the last 3 days, particularly the NASDAQ market is rallying. So my question now becomes, based on where I see myself right now, I don't know who the referees are going to be as of the viewing of this video or the making of this video, and I really don't care. Because if you'll look at my graph, I have two scenarios. One under which we have a lame duck president for 79 days, and then on January the 21st, everything comes back, and I assume if we have a lame duck president, that's when Joe Biden comes in. The Democrats add their stimulus, and the market soars. In that 79-day period, we're going to have to deal with a surge, a spike in the coronavirus. We're going to have to go through Thanksgiving when people get together inside and potentially pass the virus. We're going to have to deal with Christmas. We're going to have to deal with lockdowns. And again, as I repeat, Europe has made that decision. France and Spain and the UK have made that decision. Here in the United States, under Trump, it's not going to be his decision as a lame duck or as a president. He's going to pass it on to the states. And we know the deviation within the states are from everybody's got to wear a mask to why the hell would anybody wear a mask? So that's going to be a different. Then I'm confident, you're confident, the world's confident, there will be more free money. And that's why on my graph, I have these light blue lines, whether it be starting today or the 21st of January, after an inauguration, we're going to go up. So my decision is I also know that sometime in the future, the pandemic is going to become a non-issue. So who is going to benefit from that? Well, the people, again, as I have said, who are going to change the way I live. And I just did a video, if you haven't seen. I'm in the market for a new car. I'm a BMW loyalist. I went to BMW. I looked at their cars, and they're not in the game. It was a joke. I looked at Mercedes. It's a joke. These people are sitting on their hands saying electric vehicles aren't a part of the future. Or if they are, we can just make a joke car made out of plastic bottles and looks like something It reminded me of the VW Bug that Jim Watering, when I was a senior in high school, drove. Of course, it functioned better, but it was a tiny little car that is, the salesman explained to me, you do have a gasoline engine here, so that if you run out of electricity, you have a generator, and it has a 1-gallon gas tank in it. That's my lawnmower. That's my lawnmower. Where are these people going? So I look at that and say, the auto industry is a joke when it comes to electric vehicles, and Tesla is just going to eat their lunch. And I'm going to do a video in a couple of days where I've just got some information on Tesla, which says they're going to have autonomous automobiles on the highway before the end of the year, even in this pandemic. They're just charging forward. So my old video that said, yes, they will hit 500 by this time next year. They may hit 500 before the end of the year. So I'm looking at this and saying, I have to have a plan. I have a plan. Look again at the games. Let the games begin again, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to put this coronavirus behind us. We're going to have a repeat of this V-shaped recovery. We went through a 60-day, whatever it is, period of vacillation back and forth. Who's going to be the president? Who's going to be the president? And now that'll be decided within probably 48 hours. We'll make a decision whether we're going to have a 79-day or 76-day lame duck president. And then it's Katie bar the door. This thing is going to light up. And my projection of a 33% return on my investment in the stock market is probably going to be conservative, because I own the stocks that are going to change the way the world is lived in. I own the stocks that are going to turn my telephone into my medical plan. It's going to notify me every day whether I'm healthy. I own the stocks that is monitoring and going to continue to monitor my life. I own the stocks in Amazon or Google or Facebook that are going to monitor the life of my house and help me make good decisions on my health, on my house. I own the stocks that are going to give me a revolution in the way I move from point A to point B in an automobile. I own the stocks that are going to bring entertainment to me at a new level that I just don't really quite yet understand. I own the stocks that are going to change the education system so that my grandson can study, or my granddaughters can study, whatever they want to become and know that they've got employment for the rest of their life. I own the stocks that'll teach them to be an entrepreneur, and they can become whatever they want to be. The world is about to change. It has just been put on hold because of a pandemic. But holy crap, I just can't believe what I'm about to see. And I think the crazy part of it is I'm about 2% of the people in this world who have any understanding of what's coming our way. I'm one of 2% of the world who has read this book and has opened the window, pulled the curtains back, and said, holy crap, what's coming is coming faster than anybody had ever dreamed. And as a result of the pandemic, it's going to come even faster. So when I put these two lines here in light blue, pointing almost straight up, that's what I believe. And I think I'm a sissy if I only make 33% return on my investment over the next 12 months. Because I think with some courage, with some insight, with some feedback from you, I can surpass 50%. I really think I can, just by paying attention. And then if I do the same kind of smart investing on the real estate side, and I build this business of real estate agents who are going to help investors invest in real estate, I just don't know where it's going to end. The opportunities are so massive. And I'm inviting you to stay with me. I'm going to give you the insights that I have on a weekly basis. I'm going to do it for the members of my tribe. And if you want to become a member, go down there and say join. I'm going to charge you $3.99 a month. And that $3.99 a month is going to where I'm going to help find a cure for cancer. That's what I'm going to do with the rest of my life, and you're going to help me do it. Go sign up, join. Go sign up to Best of Us Investors and become part of something that's important.